Hello and welcome back to Games Done with Krun. I am Krun and we are playing The Consuming Shadow. The Consuming Shadow was made by Benjamin Yahtzee Crawshaw, of whom I am a great fan, also known for Zero Punctuation and the Chzo Mythos or Mythos. We are going to be playing as the Scholar in this game, because he's the default character and I think he's best for showing off what the game has in store for us. We'll just begin our journey here. Now we have to place 6 birth stars. Birth stars give us various abilities based on which star signs we put them next to. These are random each time. This is a roguelite video game. I'm thinking, seeing as we've got so many, because I've played this character quite a lot, let's try it. Doesn't matter. There we go. 25. We'll then put one into health. Ideally, I like to keep my random spell chance quite low, because spells aren't very good on this character, but random equipment chance I can get behind though. I'll try and find 5, but failing that. Let me just scout quickly. Yeah, I'll get a random equipment chance up. Car speed, very useful. Very, very useful. 2 more. Let's see. In fact, more into HP. And then can I somehow... it's not very practical. We'll double up on car speed. We'll be moving very quickly through the world. Sorry about that, that was me just sorting the audio. It should be fine now, if it wasn't before. We've received a text from the Ministry of Occultism saying that we've got to look for intel in cursed towns, restock at safe towns, and if you want their advice, start from Burrell and work it out from there. In this game, we are a scholar looking to protect Britain from an invading eldritch force. Very Lovecraftian, which is something that I quite like in a game. We do so by travelling to various towns. Oh, we're right next to Burrell, I understand now. To various towns. These are randomly generated as well, the names at least, throughout the game. This time we're going to go straight to Burrell, because we've been told we're only 7 miles away. And I'll show you how the meat of the game takes place. I actually recorded this once before, earlier today, but the Shadow Play didn't save because I quit before I ended the recording, so I'll have to remember to not do that this time. What am I like? So, the shadow cast upon this town hits us like a foul stench. It's not merely the result of a spreading infection, it's all coming from a source. So I think we are... yes, we're finding and recovering an occult text. This is the meat of the game. We run, we walk, we don't jump, but we can hit and shoot. So, let's head on into the house and see what we find. We're looking for clues in... oh, there's our first enemy, managed to land a hit on us, but it's not the end of the world. That happens. Yes, we got a clue right away. Worshippers consider it a grave insult to draw Biarla's symbol in purple, and this is the colour associated with one of their oldest and bitterest rivalries among the ancients. So we learned that the god Biarla hates the god associated with the colour purple, and that probably doesn't mean very much to you right now, but if we look at the table, this is what we're trying to fill in. So right now all we know is that one of the gods is Biarla, because one of the other gods is purple. There are 2 invading gods, well, 1 invading god and an ally, and an enemy to those 2 gods. And from that, we need to infer every various aspect. It'll explain itself as the game progresses. So, let's head in deeper. Oh, we found a dead body. There's a corpse here. They're scarcely recognisable as human. Their body is little more than a massive oozing deformity. That means that the god in control of this dungeon is of the disease aspect, I believe, but the various aspects are described differently each time. Sometimes it's like, oh, they had their hands up to their face, and that means that they were the god of madness was in control. It's yeah, there's a lot of you have to learn a lot for yourself at the start of the game. Worshippers consider it graven. So Cthoth hates the god associated with the colour white, and Bjarla hates the god associated with the colour purple. But like immediately you might think that means that Bjarla and Cthoth are allied, but no, in fact, one of Cthoth or Bjarla are in fact the enemy of the two invaders, is in fact the enemy of the two invaders, I should say. But again, there's not much I can tell you right now. In the language of the ancients, the name Yuzhg is often identified with a symbol resembling. So Yuzhg is identified by the Bati rune. So we've got Cthoth, Bjarla, and Yuzhg. Charming. And the rune is Bati. So we can cross that clue off because we've basically used it to its greatest potential. We know that one of the gods is white and one of the gods is purple, but we don't know which. Okie dokie, let's head further in to the house. The god identified by the Bati rune is not the god attempting to invade. Do we know? Was it? Oh, pardon me. Okay, so there we go. Yuzhg is the Bati rune, so he's not the invader, but that doesn't mean that he is the enemy of the two invaders. He could be the ally of the invading god. Yes, I'll show you what we're working towards here. The banishment ritual down the bottom, some clues will tell us, normally if we finish a area, the clue will tell us that part of the banishment ritual, but one of them, is random each time, is the symbol associated with the invading god. So we not only need to figure out the other parts of the banishment ritual, we need to figure out which god is the invading god and what his sign is. As I said, once again, oh, we must have actually finished the oh god almighty, there's actually a white Agin rune there in the correct, well, we don't know who was Agin, so yeah, that, I'll see if I can just nip back to show you. Yes, there's a white Agin rune here, which is a generic prayer to a god, which means the god of disease here is either the white deity or the white deity is their ally, but because we don't know anything more than that, I'll just cast Agin. We gain some sanity back, that's quite pleasant. Yes, there was nothing we could really learn from that because we don't know enough context, which is quite unfortunate, but we need to remember a white Agin rune. The town is lost to the shadow, but we accomplished our objective, so we don't care. So yes, the end game, we have to head down to Stonehenge once we know all there is to know, but until then we'd be as well just heading out and working our way down through fake Britain and seeing what we find. We've received a text. That's normally a quest. There's a sleeper cell in Castleport, needs clean up sooner rather than later. Well, I'm your man for that, ministry. Unfortunately, because we can see fog, Sombra has been lost to the shadow, unfortunately. There's pests rising up from the ground at numerous places. It's not a pleasant place to be right now. But let's see if we can change that. We've got a park dungeon. The different kinds of dungeon affect the drop rate of certain things. Sorry, let me just shift the mouse cursor out of the way there. Yes, the house that we were in, I think, has a higher proportion of clues to equipment, and the park has a higher proportion of equipment to clues, but they're both quite similar. You get a fairly even distribution of each. Ideally, we want to find office buildings because they have 100% clues, so we can learn the most. There's a clue right there, though, so that's quite pleasant. The name of Bjarla is a symbol with a circle with a point coming at the top. Okie dokie, Bjarla is identified with the Agin rune. So we go Bjarla and the Agin rune. That was the white one that we saw before, but we don't know if that's actually Bjarla's colour, because if they have an ally, the colour is just the controlling one. But the controlling god, I should say. If we find out Bjarla's colour or aspect, though, we can infer from that whether we should put Bjarla as white and disease or not. If we can find out if he's disease, then we'll know that he was in, or she, I think Bjarla's actually a she. We can find out if Bjarla was in control of the house before. I'm sorry, I know I'm talking quickly here, but I've done this before. And, oh, the Chzo rune has been inscribed on the wall here in purple, a generic prayer to a god, not necessarily the god pervert in this place. So, that must be Cthoth, because we don't have Chz yet. again, we can't really know if purple is their colour. Purple could be Bjarla, purple could be Yushk. It gets less complicated as time goes on, but at the same time gets far more complicated as time goes on. It's as you probably saw there, I left a room with an enemy in it, so my sanity took a little hit. The sanity being the green bar underneath my HP. As your sanity gets lower, you get various sanity effects, like in Eternal Darkness and probably some other games that have used that mechanic. Oh, there's the Bati rune here in purple, so we know that Bati and Chz are allied with each other. So from that, white and disease. So, one of these gods is purple, and they're allied with each other. And we've also found out that Yuzhg isn't the invader. So we know that K'thoth is in fact the invader. I think this might not be right. I'm going to find more clues to either prove or disprove my theory here, because theoretically we could finish very quickly. Now that we think we know that Kz is the sign of the Elder God. We'll see. We'll see. I've been wrong before. My logic is often flawed. I never claimed to be a smart man. What on earth? Ah, spiders, spitters, everything. Oh, good lord. Important part of the banishment mantra is to incant the rune of your creature you intend to banish as the first syllable of the mantra. Note, be very certain that you have the right rune. So we know now that the first rune of the banishment ritual is in fact the God's rune, which right now, we got a locksmith kit, very, very nice. This is the equipment panel. There's 12 different types of equipment you can find. They're not only used for what they say they're used for, there's various random events that occur while you're driving that can often be instantaneously resolved if you have the necessary piece of equipment. The locksmith kit obviously giving us 100% success. We got a shoulder stuck as well, good lord. Very nice. I nearly got it there. The locksmith kit does mean that lockpicking automatically succeeds, but we also do still use up a lockpick when that happens. They're not infinite. So, without further ado, I think we are done with this dungeon. We learned a fair bit. Let's take a look at the table. Nice one. So we know that K'thoth hates the god associated with the colour white, and Bjarla hates the god associated with the colour purple. Wait, what? Okay. I was wrong. All we know is that Yushk isn't the invader. K'thoth hates the god associated with the colour white, and Bjarla hates the god associated with the colour purple. We don't actually know that Bjarla is the... Yeah, we did need to learn more. I've bollocksed that up. Sorry about that, that's just my god-awful logic skills coming into play. So Sombra is lost to the town, lost to the shadow, but hopefully we'll recover over time. So let's head towards Castleport so we can handle that rogue cell, get ourselves a little bit of cash, because £23 is not very many pounds, much like in real life. We were fortunate in that we didn't get a single random event. Random events can be a pretty much an equal chance of being bad or good. You'll see, it's a little bit different from typical random events. Okie dokie, let's quickly try and find supplies. We can get a military flashlight. 13 for a military flashlight's extortion. I'll take a 9mm bullet. Got a text from a family member. Oh, nice one, they gave us £7. Not to be confused with the Will Smith film, £7. It was an okay film. I felt like I took issue with the ending, but I'm not going to mention it obviously for spoiler. Sorry about that, going on a little bit of a tangent. Here's Castleport, and apparently there's a sleeper cell, a rogue cell rather. And let's go and deal with them. Oh, an office building, that means clues. Good, 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 good. That's what we're looking for. Now, there may be priests or cultists, but they do just look like ministers, so... handled that quite well. Normally, I get hit a couple of times on that enemy, but... I've played this game a few times, but I'm by no means good at it. So please feel free to offer any tips that you may have. Bjarla appears to be the enemy of Yush. Oh, God almighty. Bjarla hates the god associated with the colour purple, so Bjarla is the god of enemy of Yush, because we can infer from that Yush is purple. Bjarla is the god associated with purple. Wait, hang on. No, hang on. Yeah, I was right. Yush. Maybe Yush, Bjarla is the god associated with purple. Cathothi is the god associated with the colour white. So then, therefore, Bjarla was white. We were right about that. White. Disease. And I'm sure there was another colour we saw at one point. I might be wrong about that though. So we've got that. We've got that. And we've got that. We don't know the colour of Cathoth, but from the white again we can infer. I am actually a little bit more sure now that he is in fact the enemy of the invader, but again I'm not. I've sort of psyched myself out a little bit now. Let's get it! There we go, lovely. Found an ancient 9mm pistol with 3 usable bullets in the clip. Lovely, more of that. We got the keys, good. That means that our objective is in one of these locked rooms. The locked room's being represented by red on the minimap, obviously. Probably don't need to tell you that. We learned a spell, Healing Touch, good. Healing spells are good. For Shumkas. You just chant it out and see your wounds rend themselves together. Other victim in the shadow, ruined fingers either broken or missing. I think this means that the god of madness is controlling this dungeon. So one of them is definitely madness. We don't know, we only know one of them, don't we? Yeah. One of the gods is madness. We can actually infer, if we have the rune and the aspect, we can find out what the correct rune is in the final dungeon without learning any of the rest of it if we find a corpse to examine. I think there was a sanity effect. What's happening here? I can't move. It wasn't letting me move right. That was very strange. I don't know if that was a sanity effect. If something strange happens, I honestly can't tell if it's a sanity effect or a glitch most of the time, but on the whole the game seems to be quite stable. Is that another spell? Yeah. I think that's mass death. Yeah, we learned mass death. I tend to lean away from the attacking spells because they use it. When you use a spell, it consumes sanity, and you don't want your sanity to be low because then all kinds of shenanigans can occur. This has been quite a profitable dungeon though. It's nice to get a healing spell, I must say. Walls of the cave were absolute, so one of them's... Oh, we knew that wagon is white, yeah. We'd worked that out correctly from the wall murals. The wall murals? The runes daubed in unidentified materials. I would have said I should have taken damage there. But the game thought otherwise, and I am not going to doubt the game. Yushk was the name of a Cambodian trickster deity known as the god of madness. Oh, good. Right, Yushk is the god of madness. Nice one. So we only need one more of them. And the rest of the ritual, of course. I've gotten used to this enemy quickly last time. The recording that you won't see because it didn't save. I was all over the place. But I seem to be playing quite a bit better now. Unfortunately, if you find ammunition that you're already full on, it just disappears anyway. You can't go back and get it later. So it pays to actually use the ammunition that you find. Although at the same time, being conservative does keep you healthy. Right, let's see if there's any... A stab-proof vest for 6. I'm not complaining about a stab-proof vest for 6. Stab-proof vest. Always useful. In scenarios like these, I would say, just get a little bit more ammunition as well. Hurry for supplies. Supplies depleted at 99. That's fair. That's fair. We'll go back into town, head to the hospital and refill the medkit. Pro tip for those looking to play this game. Remember to refill the medkit if you use it up in the car when you're out of town. It doesn't I don't think it costs you any time to go to the hospital. It only costs you time to find supplies. But yeah, just remember to do it. You don't want to be stuck outside the dungeon bleeding with... Hopefully you won't see bleed, but... Oh, here's a random event. I'm forced to stop as I drive through a small hamlet by a barricade of people in the road. Men, women and children standing unmoving in front of the car, hands joined. Okie dokie, a case of mass possession perhaps? Now our options are plough through them or get out and comfort them. Both of these could go wrong. There's never a right choice if there's two. Both, like, they just have different chances of succeeding and different rewards. I'm thinking give them the benefit of the doubt for now. We've not seen anything otherwise. We'll go out and confront them. They do not react. They don't react when you wave their hand. Try to push them out of the way. Oh no. Okay, so they were possessed, but we didn't. It didn't affect us. We got text though, and we lost sanity. We're just getting hate, and we can't handle it. It's not fair. Why should we have to deal with this? Goring is clear because there's no fog. So we'll quickly go in and see if they've got anything good. An exhaust muffler for 14. I'd rather keep my money. 14 is quite steep. I'm not paying that. Let's head up to Watergate. Watergate itself, scandalous. This extra car speed is paying off in dividends. Oh, there's enemy minions and Goring that need exterminating. I'm sure we can probably handle that as well. It pays to do the missions because the missions are money, effectively. And there's something weird happening in Finn's Hill. I think that's just telling us that one of them's a bit broke. Well, seeing as Goring, we've just been there. Goodness sake. Let's not bother with Watergate just now. It's just a waste of time. We'll head back to Goring. I should have just stopped. I'd forgotten that I was right there. Memory like a sieve, honestly. Was there somebody standing in the road right now? Maybe. I didn't see anything. As soon as I arrive, I see creatures shadow infested the street. Yeah, this is just a kill these enemies scenario. Simple as that. Sorted. Gained £13 for our trouble. We've gone through a quarter of our time. That's could pose an issue eventually, but right now it's not too much of a bad thing. Like I said, once we've finished the ritual, we will be able... once we finish the ritual, we'll be able to try and figure out which of the spells, which of the runes we need for the spell. So we've hit something. Now, last time nothing happened when we went out to see, so I think let's try it again. Oh dear, we've hit a dead human. Was he dead before? Oh, we've hit a homeless person. Their eyes are open and dead. Oh, we lost sanity because we ran over a guy. We've got a bit of the anxiety, but it went away thankfully because we were driving. That would have meant if we were in a dungeon, our aim would have been very shaky. We wouldn't have been able to hit things with our bullets. So, fortunately, that's gone now, so we can move in to Saxbury. Not move in, but we can head in. It's all coming from a source. So, the doorway. This artifact, so this will be an occult text, I believe? Yes. Night has fallen. In the game world, so our little torchlight is significantly smaller than it was before, which means enemies could come out of the darkness, and they could aggro on us before we see them. I mean when I say that. Alright, let's see what there is here. Nothing yet. I'm going to take this opportunity to head down. Normally I like to play... What? Where did you come from? You weren't there a sec. Sit down. Ah! Sometimes they drop a wasp. It gets me every time. In my eyes, the rosary is more valuable than improved fire rate. The rosary halves general sanity loss, so that's obviously useful considering we're already down at halfway, nearly. Sanity does not come back easily at all. You can take drugs that increase it drastically, but only temporarily, and the effects last less time each time you use them. Or they're less significant, I should say. So it's better to avoid losing it than it is to try and gain it back. We got a clue. Yuzg is the god of disease. Is an enemy of the god of disease, and Yuzg is the god of madness. Okay, so we didn't learn anything. We didn't learn anything new there. That's fine. Let's move in deeper. We've got a white Agon rune. Now, that leads me... The fact that we've seen that twice leads me to believe that Biaria might actually be one of the invader. Well, the invader or their ally. Because I'm not entirely sure how that works. Which is not a good sign. I mean, as I said, I've not played much of this game, but I've played enough to get a sort of handle on what I'm meant to be doing. I have finished it a couple of times. I got the worst ending each time by dying on the final boss, but you're not meant to finish it every time. Walls of the cave were absolutely covered in a room, only pronounced as Bati, each one dubbed in. Oh, so the Bati rune is associated with the colour red. Okay, where did we get purple from? Okay, so that means that must be red, and Chzo must in fact be purple. It didn't say, nothing said that purple was associated with madness, was it? No, okay, we're fine. We're fine. Don't worry. Nobody panic. We're in a fair position right now. To my horror, enchanted fray. Ah, so we've got a spell. We've got Circle of Death. Again, it's an attacking spell. I don't like to use them. I think that's a bit reckless. We've got ourselves a priest or a cultist, depending on who you ask, and we beat him to death. So no worries. So yeah, Biaria hates Yushk, so we can just launch out a Bati. Ah, gain some sanity back. I only actually discovered that you can cast the runes on walls the other day there. I say the other day, the other run there earlier today. So I'm glad that that happened in a way, because now I can speak with a little bit more authority. Not that I can speak with much authority. The god of disease is not the god attempting to invade. Good. Good. We still need to learn the aspect there, and we need more of the... Oh my god, there's a ghosty. Yeah, sometimes when you finish a dungeon, you get a sort of chase monster that comes after you. In this case, we've got Ghost. Ghost is okay, because you can just... Ah, we got body armor, lovely. Yeah, Ghost is okay, because you just bat him, and he disappears. We got body armor there. I'm replacing Locksmith's kit because honestly, if there's anything important behind locked doors, you find the you can find the keys in the environment, and you want to be exploring as much as you can anyway. So I find that the lockpicking one isn't that useful. Ah, he got me anyway, the bastard. One of the enemies disappeared there. That was one of the sanity effects I quite like. Gets me every time. But we escaped. So it doesn't really matter, does it? Not bad. Not bad at all. Where do I want to head next? Will we head west and then make our way east? I think so. I think that makes a lot more sense. Get a nice coverage going. I will heal before the next dungeon. I am aware of my health. Receive the text from an unknown number. You know where your children's lay are. We're going to lose sanity. Oh, getting some morbid things through. Don't know how they got my number. I think the supplementary lore implies that it is in fact just, it could be anybody that we used to know, old friends, hence the loss of sanity. Although it was an unknown number, so it could be anyone. Okay, so the minions of the Shadow are kicking about. Absolute chaos, in fact. Militia's just battling them in the streets. The infestation has a source. So we're in the park. I think again, yeah, before we had the park earlier. So we know where we stand with the park. We're looking for bins. Trash cans. The ones repeatedly violated. I think that's lust. So until further notice, I'm going to put lust in there. Ooh, an old set of skateboarder pads. Not going to use them, but it's nice to have them. They could be the result. They could be the solution to a random event. So it's good to get equipment. Interestingly, the name Yushk, as well as the associate symbol, is only ever inscribed in red pigment. Yeah, Yushk is associated with the colour red. Okay. Let's just clear out this. No, we don't need that. We don't need that, right. Extra fiver, just in jewellery, in jewels, in solid jewels. I don't know how he's just transferring them directly into cash. Maybe he's just an excellent barter smith. Who knows? You don't always get the keys to an area, just if there's an essential, like if they're essential to progression, like to finish the dungeon. So I may have been a bit quick on getting rid of the locksmith's kit there, but I'm going to stand by my decision. The body armour is incredibly useful. Being able to half most the damage is just invaluable, especially in the final dungeons when they're so long. Right then. Oh, my controls have been reversed. There's another sanity effect. Obviously you can't really see, but I also can't run, which is a little bit irritating. But I should be taking my time anyway. There we go. Controls are back to normal. Found a discarded wallet containing £6. Who's leaving these things in bins with money in them as well? Truly is a maddening time. The actual cause of death appears to have been exhaustion. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't lost. Oh! Bust it! Ah, get it! Get it! It's alright, I got it. Close one. The last part okay, good. Right. We only need 2 more. It's unfortunate that we got the God's Rune one so early, because you don't actually need to get the God's Rune part of the... Oh my god, there are so many enemies. But I'm gonna just clear out a little bit. This is ridiculous. I'm so sorry. I apologise profusely for my own idiocy. Anxiety's getting the better of me as well. Okay, I think this has run its course. Let's clear on out of here. There was an enemy there. I mentioned, I think, the sanity hit that you take if you leave an enemy alive in an area after you leave. Ah! Get away! Behave yourself. Can't believe you got me there. Normally they don't get you unless you're moving. Okay. Let's have a heal out. Heal out? Heal up rather. I'm in a bit of a state. And then we'll head to Sochester and hope for a hospital. Hopefully our anxiety will wear off before we get there. Yep, lovely. Sorted. An emergency clinic has been set up to combat the dangers of the shadow. Oh, the doctor here will provide any treatment for £5. As you can see, there it is, it got me. That's the effect of low sanity. That's why you want to keep it quite high. Oh, he wants me to courier a box. Oh, I've done it again. Honestly, I've got to pay attention. I'll happily courier the box. Depending on where we're going. I didn't know we're heading in that destination anyway. We might run out of time purely because of how far away it is. But, you know, I will actually put a trigger warning at the start of this video for suicide because, yeah, it's quite a sensitive subject to a lot of people. So, be aware that I don't intend to cause offence or to cause any form of negative emotion to any of you out there. And at the same time, I don't want to be someone looking for a locksmith's kit. That's actually a quest that unlocks a new character. And we've already got a locksmith's kit, so depending on the time, we could actually manage to do both of them. I think that might be quite interesting. A little bit of a walkthrough for those of you wanting to play this. Are you in hiding? Strange people keep coming and asking about you. Sent us £9, lovely. Thank you very much. 36 hours left. How much time have I got left? 6 hours. That's going to be a close call. And I can't pay. Excuse me just for a second. I apologise for that. I was just sorting my chair. So I'm going to enter this town because when you're actually in dungeons, time ticks down in real time. So, yeah, you don't really have to worry about time limits when you're actually in dungeons, unless you're really dragging your heels. The average dungeon probably takes, what, under maybe about 10 minutes at most, I'd imagine. Although, if I'm wrong, I'll put up a little lower third. Not that it really matters, but you know, it's better to be professional. That hallucination really messed with me there. Really? 2 hollow points? Good lord. The syllable "u" has many uses in the language of the ancients, most notably as a third symbol of a notorious Oh, good, we got another banishment. Oh, is that it? Well, I mean, let's... So that would be madness. Yeah, this is a Yushk. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Yushk and Kathoth are the two. Pretty sure. Although I haven't seen a Kathoth dungeon yet, so I could be wrong. Ah! You played me for a fool! Honestly. Playing games with me are these creatures. Discard a bullet containing £3. It's a pretty negligible gain at this point. It's not the end of the world though. The T rune has been inscribed. And yes, I was right. Kathoth and... Oh no. Yushk is Bati. I forgot we changed. We learned otherwise. Honestly. I'm all over the place. How did you possibly sneak up on me? The lore about them says that they're like a... that they don't have any material form. They're just a big cloud, and yet they're capable of causing a nasty scrape if they walk by you. Isn't that horrible? Imagine something like that. I wonder what they smell like. Just had enough of him. Put him right down. The Agon rune has been inscribed in the wall in red upside down, so we'll just cast Agon. We're not gaining sanity back. Recovered 3 armor piercing bullets. Nice one. Armor piercers are useful. Should really be using my bullets more often. Oh, they're everywhere. The big ones of these are quite a problem, because if you're close to them, they sort of have an AOE where they burst out those little ones, and like more often than not, you'll just take contact damage just from killing the enemy. It's quite irritating, but you know that's where the challenge lies. Irritating in a good way. Yeah, nice one. Auto access. Oh. There, nice one. What? What have you got for me? Is that all? Was there really nothing in here? Did I waste lockpicks? Typical. Yes, this game doesn't pull any punches. It earns its roguelite title. There. That was quite a simple dungeon, and we learned part of the banishment ritual, so it was very useful. I'm deeply appreciative that we have a healing spell that's going to come in quite useful in the last dungeon. Yeah, let's try and make it to Dinro. I don't think I'm going to bother with the locksmith's kit. I'll probably do that in my own time or in a future run, depending on which comes first. Not sure if I'll do more of this. There are more characters though, so I could do one for each character. Or a couple, depending on if I die, but... Please enjoy Bleston. I will. Potentially in the future. We don't have time to be enjoying Bleston at this point. 33 hours later, curiosity. Man in a tailor business suit on the end of the road. He tells me that he's locked something important inside the car. Well, we've got the locksmith's kit. So we pass automatically. We don't have to worry about random chance. £30. Oh, and a shot. Nice one. Look, we've got... Wait, now I'll wait for us to get there. Oi, oi. Score. Literally. Nice one. Centre of the town. Oh, got an achievement. Nice. Oh. Hate you, hate you, hate you too. Find and exterminate the local leader of the minions. This could also potentially be a character unlock or something. This has never happened to me before, and I got an achievement for doing it, so... Nice, got the keys already. Oh my god. It was just in my imagination. They got me good. Those cards. Oh god. Oh, I should have just fired. Come back. I like this guy, Silent Hill Monster. He's literally just wait for him to move, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, and he dies. Tribesmen tasked with night watch over the village are given confidence by chanting Yugs before going on patrol. So we've got night vision. I honestly don't really like see the point in night vision, dark vision. It does let you see the corner. I suppose it lets you see enemies before they see you, so it probably is a lot more useful than I'm giving it credit for. But at the end of the day, I don't really think it's that useful. But I'm a tremendous scrub, so I'm sure I'm probably going to get somebody, at least one person, telling me how much of an idiot I am, and that I should be ashamed of myself for making such a poor decision. They are absolutely tearing me apart. I'm so sorry for this. Not performing very well at all. But it is harder than it seems talking and playing at the same time, and I'm only new to this, so bear with me please. If you're going to do one thing, don't judge me too harshly for my performance here. I'm still learning. I've no idea what we doing here. Oh, we've done it. Doesn't matter. Red, red all around me, red inside my head. Scratching at the walls. I can't face the red anymore. Open up my veins to let the red out. Oh dear. Colour red is associated with the concept of madness. We knew that. We could actually... No, we can't. I forgot that I don't know if that was a glitch or a sanity effect. Yeah, I'm not sure if... Well, I forgot that we have the God's Rune rather than the third one. We need to still find an actual part of the banishment ritual, because we can't just guess. The colour you see at the very moment of orgasm. So it was lust. Colour purple is associated with the concept of lust, and that's enough to figure out the God's Rune. So now all we're wanting is the third part of the banishment ritual. That's all that we need, and we can finish. We have the body armour, which puts us in fairly good stead actually. I can see myself finishing this one. But there is a fair proportion of bullshit that can happen in the final boss fight. Hopefully you'll get to see. The town is calm and peaceful, oblivious to the shadow. Ah, god damn it. I'll fill up on 9 mil. How are we for HP? Okay for now, I can get that back. Will I do Hearse Hope right now? I'm not sure if I should. I'm not sure. I don't want to spoil anything for people, but we'll head down to Twinton. Nah, I'm gonna do it. I'll add a annotation to let you skip to the end of whatever quest line it does. Twinton is actually also full of the shadow, so I almost feel like I'm watching this town on a muted television. The streets are completely deserted. The doors of most of the houses hang open. I've seen numerous lighted windows, but each one allows only a view of a completely vacant room. Clothing and bedding scattered messily as if moved aside hastily. What are we looking for? We're looking for survivors. I like the survivor ones. And to top it off, we're in an office as well, so clues abound. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Our sanity is getting absurdly low. Cathoth is red. It's allied with the one, so yeah, as we knew. Cathoth Yoshk. Tell us a new one. No worries. No worries. No worries, mate. Let's move on. Nothing yet. Oh, we've got ourselves a foe. Yeah. Good one. Sorted. Let's him out of the way. Is he gonna... Sometimes these survivors pull a gun on you, and you've got to just either bash their brains in with the butt of your gun, or just shoot them in the face. This bit induces visions. Oh, is that clairvoyance? Good, we've got clairvoyance. That means that we can reveal the entire map, and in the final dungeon that makes things a lot easier. A lot easier. A coffer. It's a coffer. There. Handled that quite well. Ooh. And there's the keys. Good. Haven't found a locked door yet, but we found keys, so that's something. Lean close to the chest and don't the words. Ah, and we've got unlocking as well. We've got a whole heap of spells. We've got a veritable tome of various spells and incantations. And we're only going to use 2 of them. We've not got the best healing spell yet, which would be nice if we could get it. I think I just lost sanity for getting rid of that one there. And she's also not a... Oh, look at her go! Run! Run! We actually lost sanity for chanting one of those runes there. Ah, we gained it for that, so... All is not lost. The flash-in is another sanity effect. Oh, and it's gone. Ah! The big fat guy. Come on, attack me before he gets there. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Kshum. There we go. Nice one. And now we can flee the area with our tail behind our legs. No bother at all. Here comes the vicar to... Come on now, knock on the door and say... Jürgen! Jagen! Then we club his face in. Lovely. Strange women in office stairs out of the door. Come to kid him and bring a pentagram necklace. Most of the engraving was too withered to read, but the full... Oh, nice one! Good. We've got our spell filled out. Godrin Kazubiti. Right. Then... I think I am going to stop off it. Oh, we can get both her soap and Kidum. Do we have a pentagram necklace? I can't remember. Let's find out. No, we don't have a pentagram necklace, so unfortunately we can't do the other one, but we may as well do the not locksmith skip because it's on the way to Stonehenge. I wonder what it will be. I think you unlock a character for doing the locksmith quest, but I'm not entirely sure. And we just got £3. £3, that's all you had for me. I met outside a large, grand house by the intense, physically imposing man in an ill-fitting suit, who immediately takes my locksmithing kit and orders me to stand guard as he labours at the front door's keyhole. Just as I'm wondering what I've gotten into, he gets the door open. Immediately, an unearthly howl escapes from inside, and a black, spindly limbs haul my partner into the house, out of sight. I swear and prepare to follow. The shadow has taken this place, and it's my duty to fight it. Spooky. Let's go and handle that. It hurts. It probably will by the end of this. In fact, I don't know if I've got the sanity to get away with a clairvoyance, but I can try. But I can't. My mind can't focus. That's unfortunate. We're gonna have to go in blind this time. Fuck these guys, by the way. The old classic spawning enemy. Ah! There's everything everywhere. The enemy spawning enemy. Activities associated with the concept of madness. That's in line with everything that we've read before. We've got a lot of clues. A whole heap of them. So if I get this wrong, I'm very sorry. We don't actually know which one the invading god is, but I'm going to infer from corpses in the final dungeon, so hopefully it doesn't go quite awry. Hopefully that actually works. They might have both of the invading gods aspects about them. The thing about this enemy is if you kill it in melee, you just have to take a hit. I took 2 there because, as always, I'm a massive scrub. So let's go for it. Ah, unfortunate. It's not the end of the world. A little phantom ghoul just leaping at us there. What's in here? Another one of you. Get lost, honestly. And the wasp got me. To top everything off, at least I'm only losing 1 each time from those guys, so it's not the end of the world. The body armor really paying for itself, considering I didn't pay a thing for it. A corpse. So this is a disease one. Why, Biaria, why are you doing this? You're meant to be a good guy. Although, as always, like, I could be very wrong about that. I'm working under assumptions that I've made. Conjecture. Yeah. What have you got for me? 3 bullets. Thank you very much. That's much appreciated. Now, we do have ample time to make it to Stonehenge, I must say. Heaps. Hours and hours. 27 of them, a full day, in fact. Again, is associated with the concept of disease. That's in line with everything. Yep. This is routine now. Someone left their keyring here. Okay, good. The big wasp got me. I can't remember what they're. Buzzers, I think they're called. Buzzers. Buzzers. I just want this to be done with because I'm just hemorrhaging HP insanity, so... No, that's not gonna fly. Oh, nice one. The, if you haven't realised already, the ones that have, like, gases floating about them do contact damage, and we don't want that. Makes melee complicated. I can't see myself. That's a very big deal. Took damage. That was a very unfortunate effect to occur right there. Look at the size of you. Hello, friend. This is ridiculous. That buzzer is really throwing things in the fire there. The only option is to find it. Find and clear. 3 room. Oh my word. Not even at half HP yet though, so I'm not too worried about that. What's happening here? Oh, that doesn't even matter at this point. It'd be as well just sponging the damage anyway. A little invisible coffer. I suspected that was a sanity effect, I should say. He's a far lower level enemy than you'd expect to see at this point. Yuzg is allied with the god identified with the Krun. We knew that already. Yuzg and Ktoth, as I suspected. Whoa! Lord above. Sorted. Now we've only got one more to do, and it's flashing like all else. I need to give a photosensitive epilepsy warning. I don't want anybody to die by my hand. Die! They really don't take much killing. They seem like they take a lot more. Done! Sorted! Wonder what happened to our pal. Is that another... Strange cam. We can get rid of stress while we're still in a dungeon. That's very useful. There's another spell that gets rid of all status effects, and I think fully heals you as well. But it does cost a healthy sanity loss. May as well just get everything. Because it's associated with the colour purple. Yep. We don't need to hear this. We know already. If we could get a X-God is not the invading god one, that would be pleasant to say the least. I'm just sponging damage at this point. Come on, Kieran, get your head screwed on straight. I'm out of ammo. I'm completely out of ammo, so I'm going to just beat this thing to death with my bare hands. This horrible man cloud. Oh, it just disappeared. Perfectly functional lockpick. The one time besides always that I don't want to get a lockpick. You again. Just cope with this routine buzzer. No loot, unfortunately. Means we're gonna have to. Good thing we've got plenty of time to stop off in towns to heal up and stuff like that, because otherwise we'd be in a position for the final level. Yeah, if you notice, the AoE damage done a lot more than the physical damage did. That's because the body armor doesn't block toxic, it's called, damage. I think that applies to the most projectiles as well, like the puker, the one on the roof that spews at us. There's another spell that gets rid of all status effects, and I think fully heals you as well. But it does cost a healthy sanity loss. Emerged from that nest to find the man who enlisted me covered in cuts and bruises, giving my car some funny looks. Physical strikes can now be twice as effective as before. Wow! Oh, that was a nice little story. Ah, so let's carry on. Now we do more damage. Lovely. And pleasantly enough, we're already in a friendly town, so I'm going to use this town. Lovely, lovely. Don't need to buy a shoulder stock, so we can use our money for useful things. Our supplies are already depleted, though that's going to cost us dearly. Let's visit the hospital, refill medkit, back to the town. And we need to do that again. In we go again. Visit the hospital, refill medkit, back to town, return the car. Ah, there we go, got 45% as well. Let's head to Stonehenge. We're going to kid him, but we don't have a pentagram necklace, so mystery still stands. 26 hours left. It'd be nice if we could finish with a full day left. Oh, a useful looking breathing mask. Take it and go. There we go. Oh, pardon me. And then there's enemies kicking around. Oh, I forgot that they do double damage now. Nice one. Absolutely tearing enemies apart with their melee strikes. I can more than get behind that. Lovely. Heal up. Well, won't even bother going in. Well, maybe actually. I don't care. Find supplies and yeah. Needed the ammo. It was important. I'd rather get the ammo and have greater survivability than I would. Oh god, just got attacked. Yes! Yeah, I find that. I figured that. It's more important. I want to be able to finish. I don't want to go for anything special right now. There will be time if I make more of this. I'll do it in my own time. I'm going to play this. I enjoy this game quite a lot. I like solving a puzzle. Oh, I forgot to do something. It's okay though. Like, unlike in many games, this isn't a point of no return. If we realise that we've forgotten anything, we can just go right back. Admittedly, at the cost of sanity, but then we can just, boom, inject illegal drugs. Excellent. Enter the tunnels. Now, because we've got stress, I'm going to cast Agnition. There we go. That's our anxiety lifted, and then clairvoyant Punctuation. There we can see everything. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Is it worth chucking out a dark vision as well? Nah, I'm not going to bother. I don't need that. So, on the map, we see everything, including its contents, every room. What we're looking for is in one of the red ones, and the other two will contain a high-level enemy for us to kill. The high-level enemies aren't actually that bad on the whole. Oh, that's amazing. We're in with a very good chance of winning. Rejuvenation, and we got the best healing spell as well. This is looking quite good, I'm not going to lie. I'm fairly confident. But we need to find the key, of course. But we don't need to find the key, because we have open lock for the old Batu. Lovely. Batu. Is there an enemy in here? There is an enemy in here. It's one of these. Yeah, simple as that. We've been gravely wounded. The bleeding won't stop, but it's not the end of the world. I'll probably heal up before the last fight, because it's hard. Why do we even need bullets? Yes, it is a very tough fight. It's by no means a simple affair. Oh yeah, I was looking for a corpse. We actually don't know the invader. I forgot about that. We need to find a dead body. Repeatedly violent. Lust. So it's Kathoth. It's Kz, as I suspected. Good. Good. It's Batu. Excellent. And there we go. Bish, bash, bosh. We barely even need the heal. In fact, I'll go for a shmp because I will use up less of our temporary. Do we need anything else before we go in? Now, I might be wrong here. As far as I'm aware, it's Kz. So the god of lust. I'm going to verify that the god of lust is in fact Kthoth. Hates the god associated with the colour red. Yes. Associated with the colour red. The god of disease. Another main god. I'll edit this out. Kthoth is only with the gods. Yes. Yes. The Kthoth is god of lust. He is the invader. Like to fill in my table. Yes, Kthoth is the god of lust. Purple, we saw that it was violated in unspeakable ways, which means Kz is the missing rune. So Kz. Hopefully this is right. And come on now. Yes, excellent. Success. Victory is ours. This is going to be far easier than it normally is, on account of the fact that we one-shot pretty much anything just by waving our gun at it. Ah, you're invisible! Cheeky. Got me good. We get the old Bitty. Got him good. Not this time. This is looking very good. I am excited. My heart is racing. Oh, can we? Oh, make sure the eye. If the eye does manage to fully appear, it does damage over time. So, Ubatiks. Ubati. Did I do it? Have I won? I think I did it. I did it! Yes! I've never finished it before. Ah, I feel good. Well done to me. The ground seemed undisturbed, and yet my hands were caked with mud and earth. No one seems to remember anything that happened. The shadow that hung over the land has vanished like smoke, as of the creatures it brought. Lovely. Ah, that's great. That's just dandy. Well, that... Ooh. That was good. I enjoyed that. That was the consuming shadow. Just not the microphone there. Good times. Well, that was the scholar. I think ending A of the consuming shadow. I'll see what happens at the end here. I think I'll do more of this over time. I think I'll probably do it for the other characters as well, just to see how they play, to give a greater understanding of what this game entails. That was a decent run. We got lucky. We finished the quest to unlock, I think, to unlock one of the other characters. So we got the double melee damage, which was invaluable at the end there. Although I must say I was feeling pretty confident before we got that. Yes, ending A, and make it quick as well. We finished quickly. I feel good about that. I am chuffed. Well, wasn't that fun? So, if you're watching this, please comment and tell me what you thought, what you enjoyed, what you didn't like. I'm looking for constructive criticism at all times. Anything you want to tell me, I will take it on board. And we unlock the fighter. Isn't that, the warrior rather, isn't that great? We'll maybe see more of him in the near future. Until then, I have been Krun. This game was in fact done by me, but you were there as well. So thank you, and good night.